Hello everybody, you guys are watching Tea Talk. I am here with Jose, who is an amateur artist. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on the show today.
I'm glad that I have you. You're my first artist on my show.
That is an honor, honestly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's amazing. I'm so glad that I have you. So you started in January. That's like a couple of months ago,
Correct,
basically. And how did you start?
So I pretty much started the show. I pretty much started like my art. It was through a Christmas gift I received in Christmas. My ex got me a paint set, and then pretty much I just started going at it, and I was like, wow, this is really awesome. So art to me, it's a meditation.
Yeah.
That's how I began doing it. So it's like I just felt every time I was doing like my art, I would feel accomplished at the end of it, just because I fell into like my own world, and it was just like I don't know, it felt good. It really felt good, like just to finish a piece. Even though I knew I wasn't really good at it because I just began, but I saw the potential in myself. It's not even the potential, I found like the passion that I had for it because I just loved it. I didn't care, like sometimes during work I would just want to go home just to paint. And it was just like every single moment, it was just like some new idea coming to my head and I just needed to go put it on a canvas because that's how
you felt.
That's how I felt, and it was just a great feeling because I never felt that before.
No, and then you said that you left work actually. You left your daytime job to pursue your artistry.
So I left my daytime job completely, just went full time on art because I just felt like, wow, I really want to do this. Like this is what I have. Like this is my love.
Yes.
And this is the passion that I want. So a lot of people don't find that during their lifetime, and like you stick to your 9-to-5 job, you just get comfortable in it. And then you just let it go. But like I really found this to be like something I love that I wanted to keep doing and make it a career, long path.
A long path. And you're from Long Island.
Correct.
So usually, I've seen a lot of like musical artists, I've seen a lot of photographers, but I really don't see a lot of artists, painters, and you are bringing them together and curating shows.
Correct.
And you do this alone.
Yes. So
what is the challenges? Tell me about that.
So it pretty much began, I pretty much went to some shows in the city. So I did do one show, like when I first started doing my art, a curator from the city reached out to me and he was like, oh, come display your work. I like what you're doing. And I was like, all right, that's awesome. Like I'll go try it out. I did it and I was like, wow, this is a really good feeling. Like, it was not like professional artists, not artists that you see at museums. It's pretty much local artists, just people that are hustling and grinding every day just to get their art out there. And I thought to myself, I was like, why is this not in Long Island?
In Long Island, where you're from.
Where I'm from. Like, why is my hometown not doing this? And I know so many artist friends from out here. I was like, why is no one putting these shows together over here? Like, I need to do something. I was like, I could take this by myself. Like, I will take Long Island and bring the arts out.
Yeah.
And I did my first show. I did a first solo exhibition here actually at Juventus Pizza,
oh, nice.
which is the venue. So they pretty much helped me out. The owner, Jen and Selvin, they were very supportive of the arts. And they said, yeah, let's do it. They're like, it seems like a good idea, why not? And the whole the business plan, I guess you could call it, is me helping the local business with exposure, but at the same time they're helping us local artists by exposing our art.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of customers that come by every day.
Yeah.
They're gonna see all this art, and art's very selective to some people. It depends. You might like it and you might not.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of it.
And it's all different.
There's not a single piece that will be the same.
That'll be the same.
Yes.
That's one thing I love about art. It's not even the same, so it's different and it's beautiful.
Technique
and it doesn't it like express, like you put your expression
put everything
all in the canvas.
Yes. Every single brush stroke, every single color that you pick, the style that you decide, how you decide to make it, the outline, everything is just straight from your brain.
Yeah,
it just comes to you. It's amazing.
And like your artwork is amazing.
Thank you.
And when you tell him you just started in January, I'm like, no way. He could not start this in January because it's beautiful. I'm like, can you look it up on YouTube or
So I always tell people that because that's funny that you bring that up. I've only watched 2 YouTube videos to date. So everything I've done has been hours and hours of practice. Me just learning how to do it, me learning from my mistakes. And once again, like I said, the beauty of art is it doesn't need to be perfect. perfection is what you make it.
How does that feel when somebody is very admired about your artwork and about what you do?
It's honestly, it's crazy because you feel so appreciative. First of all, because they're investing in you.
Yeah.
They believe in you,
Yeah.
and then they believe in what you created, and it's just awesome. It's just like I feel so honored to even have someone buy my art and know that that piece is gonna be displayed in their home. Like that
Yes.
piece is gonna be there for everyone that walks through that door to see, and it's just an awesome feeling to have.
That's good. And one thing I do like about what you do when you curate shows, you're showing the artists from Long Island, giving them light that they don't see, because in New York City they have a bunch of exhibits, a bunch of museums, a bunch of stuff like that. So like Jose, so when I'm like watching this or seeing your work and seeing everybody else's work and them come together, and you're the center of this.
Yeah, it's really like you said. It's just me show them the light, bringing them out of where they're at home, just to bring out to any business. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a big museum. I was like, any exposure is always good exposure, and it's the artist just more people will appreciate the art. And like I said, this is pretty much what I have the tag set up. They put their price. I put all their information. If anyone wants to contact them,
Yeah.
their IG handle, because a lot of stuff is done through like IG.
This is so pretty.
And this is actually an older piece, and by older I mean a couple months. So.
Yeah, because you just
Yeah, so I
basically
can't
got
say.
your feet wet in January.
Yeah.
So this is Drowning in Color.
Correct. So yeah, it's like you could represent. I don't know how you really. It's your own representation of it. I've heard a lot of people tell me different things of how they feel. They feel like the world is full of color. They feel like this.
Because that's what it kind of like looks like in a way. It looks like the earth. Well, one thing that is
Right.
crazy. Different people have a different look
Yes.
on art.
Absolutely.
So when you look at this, you might think of something different. But if I look at it, I'm thinking like, oh, this is the earth,
Right.
and maybe like they're emotional, maybe they're not, maybe they're happy.
Right.
And it's so much emotion in one picture. And I'm looking at this like, it's like amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
And you don't even know, one thing too? You don't know the gender.
No.
I don't know the gender. I don't know if this is a girl or a guy or
It's
a
neutral.
woman. Yes, it's neutral. And it just keeps your mind going and thinking.
You can-
And I can look at this a
100%.
year from now
And you might have a different view on it.
different
Yeah.
view. Do you have different views on your artwork when you look back at them?
It's a very good question, actually. I don't think I think to this point I still haven't gotten there that I've changed my mindset on what I paint. But maybe as I grow as an artist and as a person, I think I could see it and go back to it. I was like, you know what? Maybe that did mean something else to me at that time.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of emotion, like I said. Like art is 100% emotion.
So what is next for Jose?
So what is next for Jose? I have pretty much. I always try to curate. Like my whole plan is curating at least 1 to 2 shows every month. And like I said, last one was a hectic month. It was 4 of them, and it just happened. But at the same time, I do want to keep going every month. I do not want to stop.
Keep yourself busy.
Keep myself busy, and honestly, like keep networking. It's a huge thing. It's like meeting artists. Every single show I meet new artists that don't want to expose their art, and they go up to me and they're like, "Hey, you're the one in charge of this, right?" I was like, "Yeah, how's it going?" I was like, "I actually write poems. Would it be cool if I did a poem next show?" I was like, "Absolutely,
Yeah,
please."
come
I was
through.
like, "It's not gonna cost you anything," so I was like, "It's just gonna be your time and then how you feel." So I was like, "Yeah," and it's like other artists, like they reach out to me, like, "Can I exhibit my artwork there?" And it's awesome to like that people actually come out of their shells and
Yeah.
they're like, "You know what? I'm comfortable doing this," because art, it can be personal at times, just like poems and everything, but sometimes you just want to put it out there because you want the world to know how you feel.
Exactly.
And it's like I said, it's a really good feeling to be able to bring those artists out and let them express themselves to the world.
So thank you, Jose, for coming on my show.
Thank you for having me. It was
It was-
really
it was
great
a
time. Great talk, yeah.
Great experience.
Yeah, great experience.